This is the Loon internet antenna that we showed you in previous videos. We got lots of questions about what's actually inside, so I'm going to tell you about that. It has two main components. There's the radio that's in this section down below, and the upper section is the antenna itself. So I can take it apart here and take out the antenna. There are cables that run down to the radio. There's a reflector here, and then the actual radiating elements up on the top. The green parts on the top are called a patch antenna. The patch receives both reflected waves that bounce off the reflector and go up into the patch, and direct waves, and those interfere constructively for the correct wavelength that we're trying to receive. The reflector and the design of this antenna, the particular shape that it has, determine the actual profile of the signal. And that's really important because the balloons are not at a uniform distance from the antenna at all times. It's different than a satellite dish. Most communication satellites are geostationary. They rotate around the Earth at the same rate that it revolves, and they basically stay in the same spot overhead. So the satellite dishes on the side of your house can be aimed in a particular direction and hit that satellite. With the balloons, they're drifting overhead, and a fixed pointing dish is not going to work. They'll be further away when they're not directly overhead, and then as they glide overhead, they'll become closer and then move further away again. So the antenna actually has to have more sensitivity off to an angle than it does straight up. That results in a uniform signal strength no matter where the balloon is overhead. This is what the Loon antenna looks like now, but we're not sure that future Loon antennas will look anything like this one. In designing the antenna systems for our first pilot tests, simplicity was one of the goals so that we could really get everything to work and not add any extra complexity. But now that we've got the basics working, we can design much more sophisticated antennas and bring the level of performance even higher.